What's up, guys? So today's video is just a simple one. It is 3 common mistakes I see among a lot of people during lessons. Generally, I do lessons with a lot of people from like low to mid-level, I'd say. And these are just the things that I always see people doing. That's like, what are you doing? What's wrong? So first thing I see a lot is I see a lot of people just throw out kill moves in neutral instead of trying to win neutral, put someone at disadvantage and throw out kill moves. And this is bad for 2 reasons. One is just it's hard to land kill moves in this game generally in neutral. A lot of them tend to be slower, or more punishable, or more predictable, whatever it is. The point is like throwing things like this out, aren't quite as effective in neutral, and like even kill moves like setting Palatine's back here aren't as effective in neutral because you won't have like the stage position kill people earlier with moves. So generally, the rule of thumb with kill moves is you want to throw them out when someone's in disadvantage. Someone's landing from the air, someone's at the ledge, someone's off stage. All these spots where they have limited ways to avoid the attacks, and their punishes are less effective. Like if someone's at the ledge, you throw out a smash and it whiffs. They have a much less effective punish on it than if you throw it at mid stage and they can like run up smash you. Otherwise, at the ledge has to be like a hard read. So that one's probably simple enough. Just save your kill moves and the kind of stuff for when someone's in disadvantage. Next one I see a lot is people tend to land a lot with attacks in the same way. Like you put someone in the air, right? And they're landing. A lot of people tend to drift in a very similar direction to try to space an attack. You know, a lot of pals look for like a back air or a neutral air. A lot of Luigi players look like down B. And people tend to just kind of look to attack as they're landing, and it's very easy to punish when you find a good player. So just do it through that. Mix up where you're landing, mix up attacking versus not attacking, mix up using platforms, going to the ledge. This one's another pretty basic one, honestly, because it's just, hey, a lot of people have this one habit they do, and they never mix it up. And they get punished for it, they don't mix it up for some reason. And the third thing I see a lot from low-level players generally is I see a lot of people put themselves in the corner for no reason. I actually catch this one so many times that it makes me so frustrated. I always talk about this on my stream too, where it's like putting yourself in the corner is one of the worst things you can do in this game, because just the ability to move back and forth is such a huge deal in this game. It's important for being able to whiff punish moves to be like do like this. It's important to space. It's important to do everything. You know, it's important to not die because you die earlier off the sides. You have less landing options if you get put in the air here as opposed to like here. If you can't roll back or you can't dash back, that's an entire like zone of movement you can't do, so it's limiting your options, like cutting them in half pretty much. And it also means when you do lose neutral, you're going to be in a worse spot because you'd be off stage earlier. And yeah, just people put themselves in the corner a lot. Like, I see people like be here and run full screen and do this with Palatine, and it's like, don't do that. Just don't. There's almost never reason to do that. And it's something I see way too often. And now a lot of people say, hey, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't want to fight, so I run away because I'm not sure what option to pick. Just pick an option. It's almost always better to pick an option of some sorts and try playing a neutral and try fighting when you're not comfortable with it here, instead of running all the way here. Because then you're going to be in like the same spot where it's like, what do I do? Except now you're in the corner instead of here with less options, so much more to do, taking worse punishes. And if you hit someone and they're like here and you're in the corner, like let's say I'm playing Luigi, right? And I hit Luigi and he's not at 130. It's not going to matter much because he's going to be able to like, oh, I got hit DIY, you know, pin him with this, whatever. He's back mid-stage still. So he didn't lose anything by getting hit, because he had all the stage control. So like that's another issue, is that your reward off hitting people in those situations isn't that great. And yeah, it's kind of a vague video, I know, but just to show 3 things that people do a lot. Now, it's not always necessarily wrong to do these things. In Smash, like, you know, almost every option has some time where it's useful, but more often than not, these are not good things to be doing consistently. Alright, with that said, guys, hope this was helpful. Peace out.